Correct. Ark Royal is in Steiner space. It's a little bit farther than Twycross, but it's another market. It's another clan market. And thankfully it's Wolf in exile, so the fact that we've been beating the crap out of Clan Wolf is not going to make them angry. So we're not going to be getting worse prices because we've been fighting Clan Wolf. Okay, seems like chat's in agreement. Alright, so let's finish up this mission. As usual, we'll take max salvage. Just for the sake of expedience, I'm gonna do something here. You know what? Now, I'm not gonna do something here. Again, for expedience, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of the battle armor this go around, just to speed up the turns. I'm going to drop the Dakota. Actually, you know what? We can still use the Dakota. The Dakota makes a good scout. Okay, so we're streamlining here. Correct. We could go to outreach, but that's even farther. I'm trying to pick the places that are at least relatively close to where we are. And we have 2 clan markets that are within 4 or 5 jumps of here. We could make it to outreach eventually, but I would want to wait until we're ready to go back into the inner sphere proper. Yeah. So again, for expedience, I'm just going to drop the battle armor to make the turns go a little faster. I think we'll just go with our veteran lance here. We're going to deploy. It's just an assassination mission. We should be fine. I hope we'll be fine. Yes, we do have some Rommels, and they have been very, very good to us. So good, in fact, that I have 2 more in storage, so that when we finally get upgraded enough where we can field 2 separate teams, that team will also have a couple of Rommels to back them up for their vehicle support. So yeah, the Rommels have been very, very good. They're very tanky. That Gauss rifle is great at all ranges. And if you get a good veteran pilot in there, they can absolutely put in work. So we're going to knock this mission out, we're going to call this planet done, and then we are going to commit all brands of heresy with this executioner. We're going to try to anymore. Yes, like Game Master. And to be fair, like, Game Master is great, but Bamboozle has, like, come into their own as a Rommel pilot as well. Like, they're actually doing some really good work as well. And I've actually been thinking about respecking Bamboozle, because right now they are Gunnery and Guts. But I feel like the combination of gunnery and piloting that Game Master is currently using is much more useful. And speak of the devil, and they shall appear, Bamboozle, making it to the stream a little bit late, but still making it. Bamboozle, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you. Glad you could make it. We were just talking smack about you, so hopefully your ears weren't itching. Now, I was talking about how, you know, while you are not quite at the level of Game Master, you are definitely putting in work in that other Rommel, so. And speaking of you, I've actually given you your own custom portrait. That's something that I haven't shown off today. Miguel, I don't know about the average Texan, but yeah, I'm definitely a military buff. But that has nothing to do with me being from Texas. It has everything to do with me just being a military nerd. I mean, my family's military. I grew up in a military household. Like, it's just who I am. Alright, let's see what we're up against. Are you gonna... Well, once again, that's so far away I can't really tell. I mean, the profile... I mean, that could be a summoner. Maybe a thunderbolt? Yeah, it's hard to tell. I can't really tell from this far away. But yeah, remind me, and I'll show you guys. I have added 2 new custom portraits to the game. So I wanted to show you guys that, but I just completely forgot about it at the beginning of the stream. But as usual, we're going to send Erst forward. Let him go find the enemies and potentially kick them in the shins. Yes, as Sierra says, or I, at least, am an ammosexual. I like all things that go boom. They make me excited. But yeah, let's see what we're up against. Again, looks like we've got supporting enemy forces and reinforcements, so pretty stock standard as assassination missions go. I think I will do as we did before, and I'm gonna kind of split our forces here because once again, we're on a map where for some god-awful reason, like you can see how big this map is. They've got the target here, they've got one secondary objective all the way over here, and then another secondary objective all the way over here. It's a little bit frustrating that the game is doing this to us now. On the 277, honestly, Kairos, I don't know that much about it. It's I haven't looked into it a whole lot. So I don't have much of an opinion. But Sierra may, as a fellow ammosexual. But yeah, the 277 is not something that I am overly familiar with, unfortunately. I've heard about it, I just don't know anything about it. Alright, we will do what we did before. We'll move our vehicles up here to kind of try to block some of the ambushers. Thank you, Darius. I'm glad that you're paying attention. What would we ever do without you? Oh, probably have more success in our missions. You fuck. I shouldn't be mean to Darius. He tries. He fails a lot, but he tries. Alright, Ernst, let's see if you can get visual on this guy. Not quite yet? Yeah, probably still another turn or two before we actually get into contact. Well, since we already know it's gonna take like 3.5 years for us to get over here, I might as well start moving the Saturday Night Fever in that direction, because it's gonna be pretty slow. Well, the target is gonna be by themselves, so I'm trying not to devote our entire lance in that direction. I want to focus most of our attention over here because we've got probably one group of 4 up on this mountain, and then another group of 4 down in this valley, and maybe even more than that since they're clanners. So I want to send a few mechs this direction to back up Erst on the target, just to make sure they don't get away. But the majority of our firepower I want to focus towards the bigger groups. I mean, honestly, we could just extract, like kill the target and leave. But that's no fun. We'll go ahead and leave Mara where they are. Again, artillery platform doesn't need a whole lot of movement. Alright, Karos. Let's see what you can find. So you are picking up something. What is it that you found? Where is the sensor contact? It's not over here. Is it the target? Is the target moving towards us or something? What? Something triggered us into turn-based mode, but I'm not seeing whatever it is. Ah, there we go. Holy shit, chat, it's a mist lynx. We haven't seen one of these in like 2 streams. I was almost forgetting what those ugly pieces of crap looked like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but they'll make decent salvage. If we get them. Alright, Ersts, let's get up here and see if we can at least make sensor contact with the target, alright? Oh, and we got visual. Chat, it was a summoner. Chat, it was a summoner. We already have 2 parts. Chat. Could we be getting our first assault mech and a summoner in the same day? Chat, this might be happening. This might actually be happening right now. Okay, Ast, you are now off the case. You go help the other guys. Because all I'm gonna need to take this out is Erst and the commander. Because the commander, we already know, is a headshotting machine in the Diet Awesome. So all we gotta do is get close enough, and then we just headshot that guy from across the map, and we're good. Sierra, let's move you up. I'm actually kind of surprised there's only 1 contact. Like, is this the only element? It's kind of strange. Like, again, for the sake of expedience, I wouldn't complain if there was only 1 mech in the support lance, but it's definitely not what they typically throw at us. Oh, and a direct hit taking out the leg. Our mans is going to be taking a dirt nap. Which means if we can get any LRMs on that boy at all, he is probably toast. You know what? Devious, I'll tell you what. You go ahead and you can move with Urs and the commander. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a little bit of backup, just in case. In case the guy decides to try to book it and run away. Because that would be my luck, is that we'd hit the target and then he would escape. Oh my! Alright, if you're an artillery spotter, does that mean that logically we also have artillery on the field? BattleTech? Thank you. Okay, here we go. The rest of the enemies are coming out of the woodwork, finally. It just took him a second. Oh no, don't worry, Ernst. I don't think he can escape from you. But it is also a summoner, so... I mean, if he decides to take a swat at you, it's gonna hurt. Alright, who's up next? Oh, a fire moth. Okay, we're getting back into the clan lights. It's been a little while. It has been a little while. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, get a little closer. I'm sorry? What the hell was that? And they are pulling out all the stops. So we got a Viper out here, which I don't think we've seen yet. We got another Fire Moth. Alright, so there's definitely more to this support than the last couple of missions that we've been doing. Oh no! Our mans has backup as well. Well, I'm glad I sent the Griffin over there as well. Because it looks like it's going to be more than just the target. Hi, let's take the full alpha on the lasers. Maybe we get lucky. Not a single hit. God damn it. Sierra, you're right. I never did unmute the game from the BRB. Good call, good call. It didn't die, it's just I muted it when I went to go to the restroom, and then I forgot to unmute it because I'm actually really bad at this, you guys. But you should be getting the audio now.
This is getting tiresome.
I'm showing levels now.
Okay, now it's on.
If you're not hearing the audio, please let me know. But yeah, this is actually a lot more context than I was expecting. I'm actually really glad that I started moving most of my people in this direction. My only fear is that if they take this ridge, they're going to have some pretty significant high ground on us. And that's exactly what I was afraid they were going to do. Son of a bitch. That's okay. They're putting clan light mechs in firing lines to my ghost tanks, so... yeah, Miguel, actually, the... Okay, one of their pilots ejected for some reason. Cockpit destroyed? What the... Did he shoot his friend in the back or something? Anyway, but yes, the VTOL usually survives. I think it's actually only been shot down one time. To be fair, the one time it was shot down was when I was doing something very stupid like I have just done. Where I had them fly in, and then suddenly a bunch of enemies came out of the fog, and yeah, it was not good. Oh, we've got some golem battle armor. That's something we haven't seen in a while.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
Alright, Karos, you need to get the hell out of there. So we're gonna fly you out of there. We've got a good idea of what we're up against. We just need to take care of them at this point.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come.
Alright, Erst. We got a summoner, and we got his little Kit Fox buddy. What the hell? What the hell? Do you guys see this? Look at the pilot's name. It's Buster Keaton. I'm like, what? Just randomly out of nowhere, nobody has a name, but this guy is Buster Keaton. How? What the hell? The weird things you notice. Alright, well this might be a mistake. But I know Erst gonna Erst. Damn it, I forgot. Your gunnery is not high enough for you to make called shots. Well, just fire the lasers anyway.
Target damaged. Concentrate your fire and bring it down.
Receiving you.
Okay, Ost, we are gonna need those AC-5s in a hurry, buddy. Because, we got a whole lot more targets than I thought we did. Honestly, I think the Golem is probably going to be the biggest threat out of the targets that you currently have sight lines on. So let's go ahead and take them out now. We've also got a rear armor shot on them, which is just outstanding. So let's do it. There we go. Took out one unit at least. Yeah, that's my hope. Like, I know who Buster Keaton is. I'm just like, why? Like, is it an Easter egg? Is that like a special version of the Kit Fox? Was I just not supposed to be paying attention? Like,
What are your orders?
I was a little weirded out by it. I'm like, I was not expecting that.
Copy that, Commander.
Alright. Plasma rifle's actually going to be really good against battle armor, so let's give him the full volley. Here we go, chat. Full alpha with 4 plasma rifles. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, baby.
Tango is trash, Skipper.
Well, Chad, I think we figured out how we're handling battle armor in the future. 'Cause that was beautiful.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, well that's battle armor off the field. Next up, we got a dervish, which I really shouldn't be this close with. But I'm also a glutton for punishment. So let's get even closer. In fact, let's get even closer, and then we're gonna switch over to the dead fires. And then we're gonna precise strike this fire moth. And if there's anything left in the wreckage, we'll consider it then.
Giving him everything I've got.
And yet it lives. And yet it lives.
Reporting.
Okay, Mara. This is your time to shine. We got a target-rich environment. I think we're going after the Viper. If we get a direct hit, we might actually be able to do some decent damage here, so... Then again, it's only 25% accuracy, so probably not gonna get a direct hit. But hey, we got it in the zip code, that's what counts. I'm pretty sure it does, Ajax. I'm not 100%. I haven't tried it because I don't think I have I don't think I have sensor lock on any of my battle armor. Alright, let's roll up here. We definitely need to take care of this Kit Fox, regardless of whether it's a meme or not. Because Erst is currently surrounded by 2 different targets, and one of them is a summoner, and I don't like that. Not that Kit Fox is terribly dangerous, but he can absolutely get in on the rear armor and
Yes, Commander.
make a nuisance of himself.
Going full speed.
So we will take some headshots and maybe we get lucky. Again, 28% chance, not very likely, but fuck it.
Firing all weapons.
Only 1 hit. Damn it.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, now once again, you donkeys have made the mistake of being in the open
Get you on the move.
with a clear line of sight, so it's time to make you regret that decision. I'm just gonna take the center torso shot, and we did not get the hit. Unfortunate.
Commander.
That's okay, that'll give Bamboozle a chance to shine.
Go.
And take the shot. There we go. We got him leg at least. That's something. Correct.
Connection.
If you're surrounded, that means the enemy has nowhere to run. You can shoot in any direction and hit an enemy. Oh, I see you there, Car. Alright. Hydration incoming. Yeah. Always drink your water, chat. It's very important. Especially if you don't want to get, like, kidney stones or something. Let's see. I forget. What was this? I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a 25 ton or whatever it is. Well, guess what time it is? Like, this is the part where, like, you're in the prison shower and then the guy that's, like, twice as big as you walks up behind you and, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, you already know what's gonna happen. and there's nothing you can do? Because it's full alpha time, chat. At point blank range.
Giving them everything I've got.
I'm actually genuinely surprised at how many of those missed. Yeah, pick up the soap clanner. I said pick it up.
Mech warriors, show 'em what you got.
That's okay. Even if we don't kill him, we're in melee range next turn. Yeah, I know we had low chances to hit, but I was still expecting more chances, more hits than that. As a little bit disappointing.
You need more practice.
Cephalus. Alright. Again, not what I was expecting. Oh, that's right. It does have an AC5. Wow, I forgot about that. But look, yeah, if you haven't seen it before, this is the Cephalus. It's a football with legs. I always thought it looked goofy as shit. But then again, a lot of these mechs look goofy. There you go, Ernst. Gotta remember to drink your water.
Friend or traitor, come.
Okay, I know we should be focusing on the summoner, but I don't like this light mech being, or I don't like this light mech having free reign effectively. So I'm gonna let Ernst do his Ernst thing, and we're gonna see if we can take out
A
this
noble
kit
blow
fox.
indeed.
And then I'm hoping, as the commander and Devious bring up the rear, they're gonna have shots on the rear armor for that, for the summoner. Because he seems to be facing Ernst, which is, I mean, yeah, you want to face Ernst. You definitely don't want him behind you. But it means that our heavier guns are gonna have his back. Oh, does it? Well, if that's the case, then we might get an XXL as salvage.
Standing by.
Which I would certainly take. Alright, Ost, can you get... I'm thinking if we can get Ost up on this hill line, with those AC5s, he's gonna be able to rain fire. So let's see if we can get him up on that ridge line. In the meantime, we'll take what shots we can get. Ah, shit, we got another jam. Of course we do. Well, screw it. Take a shot anyway. It's only 10% chance. We're probably going to hit our mans in the back, but if we get lucky, we might actually be able to take this guy out. If we get lucky on a center torso hit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could just take the approach while, I mean,
No luck.
the way I look at it is... if they don't want me to blow up buildings, they shouldn't have a war in a city. Them's the breaks. Then again, you can easily bankrupt your company if you just go in slinging arrow 4s in every direction.
Ah, God, I was sleeping. What do you want?
Alright, I probably shouldn't, but let's continue to use
Oh, I
Kairos
like
as a
going
spotter.
fast. It's scary.
But I'm going to try to keep him on the outskirts so that we can continue to have visibility on the enemies. This is true, yeah. Every urban map is just a wasteland or a lunar map waiting to happen.
Affirmative, Commander.
Okay, I think, true to form, we are going to use the bug zapper to zap the spotter.
Engaging target.
Oh yeah, yeah buddy,
Go time.
yeah
Enemy
buddy.
eliminated.
Man, 4 plasma rifles on a rifleman was the best decision I ever made, chat.
Reporting serious armor loss.
serious armor loss. You got hit by like 3 missiles, my dude. What? This fire moth actually just tried to take a swing at the Saturday Night Fever. Both! Howdy! As well. Good to see you. Glad you could join us on this Thursday, and hopefully your Thursday is going well. Welcome to the stream. Hey, BattleTech.
Yes, Commander.
Thank you. Alright, let's see. We actually have a shot at this LRM carrier, so I guess I'm gonna take it. Oh man, that's actually kind of terrible odds. Where did that guy go? Is it... Chat, what happened to that mech that was up here? Oh, it's still there. It's just not showing up. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. That's really weird. I do also love robots, Booth. Quite a bit, in fact. As evidenced by my choice of game. Alright, Typhoon. Well, hey, I tell you what. When the mission's over, if you're still listening, you should come back because you are also one of those that got a custom portrait. So, if you want to see that, come back after the mission. Alright, let's shoot at this guy. We've already done some damage. Maybe we get lucky and take him out. Outstanding.
Target eliminated.
Mara is out here putting in the work. Saturday Night Fever is putting in the work. Everybody is doing outstanding. This is what happens when you have all your veterans on the field. And everybody knows what they're doing. And everybody has their role. And it's just like, it's a thing of beauty. It is a thing of beauty. Alright, Sierra, let's pull the dervish back a little bit. Let's maybe not get blown up today. That would be great. And in the meantime, let's give this donkey the rest of the den fire missiles that we have.
Copy that.
Well, okay. Let's miss a bunch of them, but give him some of the dead fire missiles that we have.
Yeah.
Alright, now Devious is actually in a relatively good
I'm
position.
feeling it. Yes, I am.
So if you're gonna give me a side shot, I'm absolutely gonna take it.
Here we go.
And yet it lives. So, like, I wonder...
What's up, boss?
You guys, so if any of you are familiar with the Ace Combat series, then you're probably familiar with, in minigames, they have the aces, where basically you beat the game and then you can come back on harder difficulties on a replay and find, like, special planes. And I'm wondering if this Buster Keaton thing is like that. Is it just like, randomly you get these Easter egg mechs that just show up?
Affirmative.
Oof, missed with all 3 shots.
Failed
Oof.
to connect.
Let's see, is it it didn't look like a custom model from a distance. I mean, now it doesn't really look like a custom model. Doesn't look custom to me, anyway. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the reference. I have been an Ace Combat fan since Ace Combat 2, which is the first one that I got as a gift. And I've been a fan ever since. Alright, let's see here. Actually, you know what? We can fire over the heads of our own people to get a side shot on this Cephalus. Again, if anybody was going to make a 25% shot, it's going to be Game Master. Booth, I mostly just play BattleTech as far as mech games go. I have played Armored Core, although I have not played the latest one. There's some financial problems in my life right now, so buying new games is not really an option, but I do hope to play Armored Core 6 at some point, eventually. But yeah, I like mech games. I like any game. Like, I'm a big fan of the Front Mission series. Obviously, Front Mission 3 is my favorite. And once again, as if to prove my point, not only did Game Master make that shot, but one time that mech. So, I have not actually played MechWarrior 5. I was thinking about buying it again during the holiday sale, but again, like, there are things going on in my life that kind of preclude me from being able to buy games right now. But eventually, I do hope to buy MechWarrior 5 and give it a spin. I mean, well, no, that's fine. The reason that I want to get MechWarrior 5 is because, like, if you watch Barradool and some of the other folks that play it a lot, like, it looks like a lot of fun if you mod it. So I probably wouldn't be playing the base game very much, but I could absolutely see myself digging a lot of the modded content for it. But in terms of BattleTech games, I mean, obviously I like this version of BattleTech quite a bit, considering how many hours I've put in it just on stream alone. And that's not even counting the hundreds of hours that I've put in it besides. Alright, chat, you know what time it is? It's a light mech. He decided to take a swing on us. We can't let that stand. Rex has got to swing back. So here we go. And he didn't even survive the kick. But we're gonna shoot him anyway. There you go. Absolutely nothing left. You love to see it.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
BattleTech can be a lot of fun. If you're into turn-based strategy games, it's definitely a lot of fun. I highly recommend it if you're into BattleTech. It is a little rough to get into at first, especially if you're not as familiar with this type of game, but if you take the time, it's a very rewarding experience, in my opinion, anyway. And Erst, with the massive generosity and massive chicken, gifting a sub to Booth. Erst, thank you so much for the generosity. Again, you did not have to do that, but I appreciate it, and hopefully Booth does too. Both be sure to thank Erst for gifting you a sub, and welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we only have one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. Alright, so once again, we're gonna have to punch this man's. Because that's what you do. We're gonna punch him, and we're gonna give him the lasers, and hopefully he's actually gonna die this time.
A noble blow indeed.
So there's the punch.
No
there goes the
escape,
PPC.
No intervention can work in this. How sweet it is to be a god.
And the
There
lasers.
is no escape,
There
no
goes the
intervention
other
can work
arm.
in this. How sweet it is to be a god.
So this guy basically has no weapon systems left. I bet you he still tries to melee us. Oh no, don't worry about that, Booth. I have some folks in the community here that feel the need to gift bunches of subs, and I like to thank them for that, but the thing that I always say is, you do not have to do that. You do not have to support the stream in that way. You just being here and spending some time here is enough for me. Yes, if you pay any attention to the top of the chat there, you will see that there are a couple of folks that are currently in a pissing match about who gets to gift the most subs. I do not encourage that behavior. In fact, I actively try to discourage that behavior.
Receiving you.
Alright, let's see here. We can get a decent shot on this Viper, so we will take it, and we finally unjam the other one, so let's take the shot, and actually, let's take a precise shot just to make sure we do the job right. We're gonna go for the headshot.
Now, let's see how you handle this.
Oof. Well, no headshot,
Taking a critical hit.
though we definitely did some damage. Alright,
Oh, God, I
Karos,
was sleeping. What do you want?
let's continue the recon patrol, make sure we're
Oh,
not
I don't
missing
like
anybody
going
out here.
fast. It's scary.
Booth, I do not. We do not currently have a Discord. My personal opinion is it's a lot of work to moderate a Discord when I'm also doing like social media on Twitter and running a YouTube channel and all this other stuff. So, the community is also not super large right now. So to me, it's not worth the effort to do a Discord. We might get one at some point down the line if we get enough people that have an interest. What I do recommend, though, is if you want a Discord of like-minded folks that are also into BattleTech, I highly recommend the BTA Discord. For the mod that we are currently playing, there's a lot of folks over there that play the mod and just are BattleTech and robot fans in general. So, definitely join the BTA Discord if you're looking for something like this. And I do also post over there whenever I'm going to go live as well.
Confirmed.
I'm not really active on the Discord, but I do like to let people know when they can catch me when I'm streaming. Yeah, can somebody BTA in the chat real quick? So that way Booth will have a link without having to go searching for it.
You got it.
Please and thank you. You also, yeah, I was gonna say, you can also BTA yourself. But if you follow that link, it will take you to the main wiki, which not only will help you download the mod if you have BattleTech, but it will also give you links to the community Discord as well. Should have all the information you need. And if not, there are plenty of folks in the chat, Walla being one of them, who actually works on the team for BTA and can probably answer any questions that you have, if you don't find the answers on the wiki. Man, this Viper, he has got balls of steel.
Awaiting orders.
Like, this man is just not letting anything keep him down. Oh my, well, if we're gonna do this, then I think I'm gonna go for the side armor, because I always go for that. And we got the hit, structure exposed. Outstanding.
Oh, God. They're shooting me and I'm really scared. For real this time.
Well, if you don't already have BattleTech, then my recommendation is pick it up on sale on Steam, because I'm sure once we start getting into, you know, the end of December, it will probably be on sale for a pretty deep discount. The recommendation that I always make is before you jump in the deep end and start doing mods like what we're doing here, definitely play through the base game first, just to see if it's a good fit for you, and also to learn the systems. And then once you've gotten used to how the game actually plays, then go ahead and consider downloading the mods. Because the mods actually have a whole lot more stuff in it, and they're a lot more complicated, so it's effectively jumping in on the deep end, which you can absolutely do if you want, but it's not for everybody. So I definitely recommend testing the waters before you go drop the money on like all the DLC and everything. But Sierra says they want to punch the shit out of this Viper. You know what? We can absolutely make that happen. Let's punch the Viper. And we've got the LRMs in the torso, so he's going to be getting both barrels.
Moving out.
Let's make it happen.
Come on.
There you go.
Make it happen.
You're not normally supposed to use a rocket launcher to punch someone, but in this company, that's standard operating procedure. Well, Booth, I always try to be helpful, especially for people that are new to the BattleTech community, because I'm a firm believer that fandoms are only enriched by new people. And so I'm all about, you know, trying to welcome people into the BattleTech community and give them as much information as I can. Because I want you to enjoy BattleTech as much as I do, hopefully. So our man's Devious is a little bit on fire right now. Looks like they set the forest on fire, but that's okay. I don't know, do we fire the missiles or do we fire the laser? I think the laser's gonna do more damage. Oh no! No! There we go. I think we fire the missiles. Because the missiles could potentially hit more targets. So let's precision strike and we'll fire the missiles. And maybe, just maybe, we'll finally kill Buster Keaton. As a matter of fact, let's fire at the head. Screw it.
Oh, no,
Holy...
tearing you
Okay, there we go. He ejected. I was about to say, this man is the man that will not die. Exactly. Rockets are vaguely shaped like spheres, so you might as well use them that way. Alright, here we go. We need to get at least 2 summoner parts on this chat. So I'm going to give the commander every opportunity by giving them a little elevation, using the precision strike, and we're going to go for the headshot. Cross your fingers, chat.
firing.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We got the headshot, chat. That is 4 salvageable parts. We just got ourselves a summoner. We just got ourselves a summoner, guys. My goodness.
Standing by.
What a day it has been. That is, what, 3 or 4 keeper mechs that we have managed to get today alone. This has been a stream for the ages. Yeah, I know, Erst. I stole your thunder, but we were after salvage first. I'm sorry. That's the way things had to be.
Orders.
And you did an outstanding job as the skirmisher. That's what you're there for. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to clean up that cockpit, because it's a little messy in there.
Talk to me.
Alright, let's see. How close... How close... You know what? That might just be close enough. This should be our last target. So let's give him the business. Give him the full alpha right in the side torso, or the side armor. Right now, I think, Actually, I think Kaiwania is the most rookie person in the company currently, so they're the one that's gonna have to do it.
Target confirmed. Kill confirmed, Commander.
And there goes the last vehicle. So that should be mission accomplished.
That's one less hostile on the field.
Is that it? That's it.
Mission successful.
Out fucking standing, chat. A whole ass summoner. No bribery, Walla. It's not a... So, for me, it's just a thing that I do in my idle time. If I come up with an idea, like, I try to base the custom portraits on whatever that character has done. So, for me, it's just like, oh, you know, Erst is a psycho berserker, so I made my rendition of a psycho berserker. And that kind of thing. So it's not anything that you bribe me for, it's just a thing that I do to occupy myself during the idle times. And I may not do it for everybody, I just try to do it as I get ideas. So it didn't make much money, because again, we spent quite a bit of money on ammunition, but again, nobody got injured, no mechs got damaged, you love to see it. Oh no, not hardly. Trust me, you'll see. But yeah, let's get in here and grab our summoner parts. Oh, I thought we had 4 picks on this one. That's unfortunate. Well, that's okay. We already have 2 in the cargo hold, so we're gonna get a summoner regardless. Let me see. There should be 4 parts in here. There we go. I was gonna say, there better be more in here. Alright, Chet. Pull out whatever lucky charm you got. And maybe, just maybe, we get lucky and we get that 4th summoner part. Based on how things have gone today, I don't think we got any more luck left, but you never know. It's always a possibility. Let's see if RNGesus is going to do it. Does not appear to be the case. No. So RNGesus is not on our side today. That is unfortunate. That's okay, because we got a summoner anyway. Again, we already had 2 parts in storage, so we are golden. Which again, outstanding. Outstanding. So that is another mission on the board. Everybody came home in one piece. We just got ourselves a summoner, plus we got the executioner in the last mission. I mean, we're going places. We are going places. It took a while. But we are finally getting to the point where we're getting some heavier mechs, some heavier firepower. Oh yeah, Karos, like I said before, before the stream is over, I wanted to finish up the missions at the planet that we're on, and then we are going to take a trip to one of the clan stores, either Twycross or Ark Royal, and then we're going to see about doing some Mech Bay heresy on the executioner that we just put together. So we will be doing some Mech Bay heresy before I close out the stream today. And I keep forgetting to level up our people. Like, I haven't leveled up our people at all today, so I'm sure we've all got a lot of experience currently. But yeah, I did want to show that off, but for the Mech Bay first. The Mech Bay first. Oh. Shit. I forgot we don't have any space in the Mech Bay. Correct. The Canopian Cat Girls and the beer, and don't forget the triple F burgers. Let's head to engineering. Let's head to engineering. Oof, that's expensive, but we can actually afford it. Chad, it's 30 days. I really should have started this like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I looked at that before, and what chat was telling me is that that's a bug. So you can see the Mech Bay tab here, but this doesn't actually, these bays do not unlock until you do this upgrade. So basically you have to do Mech Bay 3, and then once you do Mech Bay 3, it will open up this section of engineering, and this first upgrade is the one that allows you to do the other ones. But yeah, I made the same mistake. I was like, wait, I've got a whole new set of mech bays. What's going on here? But yeah. So we need to do this upgrade first for 1.1 million. And then we need to do this upgrade for 2.1 million. And then we'll be able to fill in the other mech bays. So it's pretty expensive. But again, we have the money. The biggest issue we're going to have with it is time. But I think we need to go ahead and start this now while we have the money. Just go ahead and rip the band-aid off and get it started. So yeah, the putting the summoner together in the mech bay might actually have to wait, because I don't think we've got anything, like, we're using all of these mechs off and on. Chat, I don't know what to do. It's fine. It's fine. The summoner doesn't need to be put together yet. Oh, that's fine. I do the same thing. I'm doing that in this campaign, Mihai. Like, I am Like, I've told myself I'm not going to use any custom pilots or anything like that. Like, I have set some house rules for myself to make the game a little more challenging. Oh no, it was the salamander. So we got the golem battle armor, and I was thinking we already had some, but it was the salamander that I was thinking of. That's unfortunate. Well, I don't want to break down one of the cougars because we're using both of them. So we have the one cougar that has the AC5s on it, and that's the one that we were just using in the previous mission. And then this other cougar is actually our artillery cougar, but I didn't bring him on the last mission. We could do that too. We could move Ost to the summoner. But the reason I've got Ost in the cougar is because he specifically wanted to be in the cougar. He was like, if you get a cougar, I will buy into the game. So like that's why I want to keep him in it, because it's very clearly the mech that he wants to be in. Again, I'm trying to give the people what they want. It's fine. The summoner's not going anywhere. I'm not going to sell it. And I just started the upgrade for the mech bay, so once we get the third mech bay, we'll have plenty of room. It's fine. We just gotta wait a little bit. Be patient, chat. Be patient. So, first off, I wanted to show off that low-effort custom portraits that we did.
Awaiting orders.
So this is for Bamboozle, which I don't know if Bamboozle's still out there in the chat, but I'm gonna let you guys figure out where this is from. And let you figure out why I chose this portrait. And Blandy making it into the chat on a Thursday. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. You are coming in towards the end, but we're going to do some Mech Bay heresy before it's over. For those of you that say Tank Girl, you are correct. This is a mildly edited picture for Tank Girl. Because Bamboozle is only a tank pilot or a vehicle pilot, I figured it was fitting. And Sierra gifting another sub today to Blandy. So Blandy, welcome back to the chat and welcome back to the cult of bad tactical decisions. As always, Sierra, thank you so much for the generosity. A reminder that you do not have to do that, but it is immensely generous when you do. And then our other one, if Typhoon is still here, I told you to stick around even if you're lurking. So if you don't remember, our man's Typhoon specifically requested that I make them an elf girl when they were buying themselves in. And if you remember the discussion, elf girls don't exist, cat girls don't exist. However, I did say that cat ears on the helmet were acceptable. And so this is what I went with for that. No, unacceptable. No cat ears in my Battletech. Get the fuck out of here with that, Ajax. Unacceptable. My immersion. No, unacceptable. What? Listen, I will turn this chat around, alright? I swear to God, I will turn this chat around. Don't mess with me. Well, I can't put cat ears on the mech, but I can put cat ears on the portrait. So that's what you get, Typhoon. That is the best that I can do without popping a blood vessel. I'm sorry. No, I'm fully aware. I'm being dumb on purpose. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so those are our custom portraits. The new ones, at least.
Yes.
But we do need to level up some of our pilots. Because I'm tired of Darius complaining about that. So we will do the usual. We've actually got some pilots that are very, very high experience right now. Again, I was thinking about retraining Bamboozle to give them piloting so we can go side slip on the tank. The redundant components is really good because it protects us from critical damage And we do like our tanks to be tanky. So I don't know. Maybe we leave it that way, but I think I'm gonna save up for the next level of guts. Bolo hasn't done a whole lot this mission, so they don't have a lot of experience. I'm gonna save up for the next level of gunnery. Dark Sarah, we still need to get you to like baseline on most of your skills. So we'll go ahead and do that. And Dark Sarah is our second battle armor pilot, by the way. So Devious has actually got 2 skills already maxed out, so I guess we'll just alternate back and forth until we max out the rest.
Waiting for orders.
Game Master, the man, the myth, the legend. Go ahead and level up some tactics. General Quarters, notice I did also rename them from the 2.0 because, as I said in the last stream, we're not gonna let anybody rebuy their way into the game after they've died, just so that other people will have a chance to be in the game as well. So I decided to, you know, do something like this, try to be cute with the names for the folks that had already done that. Let's see, General Quarters, you're at 5 on all your skills, so we'll go ahead and continue to level gunnery. Oh, wow. Wow. Are we gonna have that discussion?
Ready to rock.
Training confirmed, Commander.
And let's see. The nice thing about leveling up at this point is we have so many people that have already maxed out their 2 primary skills that leveling them up now is actually a lot easier because we just alternate between
God, I'm
whatever
sleeping.
skills they still
What do
need to
you
work on.
want?
Awaiting orders.
Let's see. We'll go ahead and get all the skills up to 4, as you do. And those training machines are definitely
You
working.
have orders?
They are definitely putting in the work. I think, you know what, we're gonna go tactics, because Mara is currently doing a lot of artillery work. Lemur, you walked into a discussion about which particular house and faction in BattleTech has the superior catgirls. I have already expressed my opinion that catgirls are not a thing in BattleTech. So, I'm just letting them duke it out in chat. Let's see, we'll go ahead and get up to level 5 here, and I think we save up for the next level of gunnery for Ost. Yeah, go ahead and punch out on this one. I don't think anything of value will be lost.
How can I help?
Training complete.
And then once we're done leveling everybody up, we will hit the clan stores and see what we can buy. Because we've got a 95-ton assault mech to do some mech bay heresy on.
Hey.
Not ready for the next level there.
Orders.
Not ready for the next level there. Actually, you know what? You could probably use some more gunnery. Let's go ahead and do that.
Warrior training complete.
And then
Nerevar, friend or
our boy
traitor, come.
Erst is also not ready for the next level, but they are very close. One more mission and Erst will probably be ready to go up the next level. What is... Who? Drek. Who's Drek? What? Am I missing something? Oh. Got it. Got it. Okay. Alright, chat. Let's have a look at navigation. We've already got the project and engineering queued up. So we got 2 choices. We got Twycross, which is actually really close. And then we got Ark Royal, which is about a month away. Now we got some money. So we could potentially take this trip, but unfortunately it's going to be very, very expensive for us to get back. So basically, however much time it takes us to get there, and however much money it takes us to get there, it's going to take the same amount of time and money to get back. So personally, I prefer Twycross, but I've never actually been to Ark Royal in the game, so I don't know if it's better or not. So I will defer to you guys. Would you rather go to Twycross, which is closer, or do we want to go to Ark Royal, deep in the heart of Steiner space? Should I put it to a vote? Money is about 10 million currently. We're just under 10 million. So, I mean, we can afford it now. But keep in mind that if we go to Ark Royal, that's a month there and a month back. And we're currently about 1.1 million a month in expenses. So, if we want to get back to Wolf Space, we're basically going to have to do 2 paydays plus travel costs. Closer is better, but I'm not asking for the better decision. I'm asking what you guys want to do. I'm not anti-cat girl, but I value my immersion. Well, I'm seeing more votes for Ark Royal. Oh, do they not sell clan tech? Okay, well, if they don't sell clan tech, then that changes things. I thought they did just because it's a clan planet, so I just assumed they were selling clan tech. But yeah, if they're not selling clan tech, then I guess that kind of makes the decision for us. We'll hit Twycross. We know they have clan tech there, so we'll go there. Because we've already been to Twycross, we've seen what they have, so we've got an idea of what we're going to be getting when we get there. Yeah, that's fair. They may be cut off and don't have clan tech, so... I tell you what I may do, though, is in between this stream and whenever I stream next, I may just, like, go in there and not save. I'm not looking for anything in particular, Bland-Aid. I'm just looking for a shop that's going to have good equipment. Because what I want to do is, we're going to do some Mech Bay Heresy for the Executioner that we just got our hands on. But yeah, what I probably do is I'll go to Ark Royal in between streams, but not save. Just so I can see kind of what kind of equipment they have. And if it's worth going there next time, we can do that. But we'll go ahead and head to Twycross for now. Because again, we have a good idea of what they offer there. And in the meantime, that'll give us some more time to let this upgrade come down, and we might even be able to build the Summoner as well. Start doing some Mech Bay Heresy on that as well. Uh-oh. Alright, we got an event. Mercenaries, the game. Which, if you've never played Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction, I highly recommend it. Was an outstanding game. The second game, not so much, but the first game was excellent. Highly recommend it. You can probably get it on an emulator. Check it out sometime. You can blow up everything. In the middle of the afternoon, you find Thenosi hunkered in the arcade playing Mercenaries, a tie-in to the popular Holovid show. Commander, have you played this game yet? Maybe it touches a little too close to home. See, I'm managing my own mercenary company in the periphery. Over their shoulder, you see charts and data and little icons representing all the mechs at their disposal. You flash back to Darius' recent rundown of monthly expenses. I'm a bit stuck. What do you think I should do? We can recommend that they refit, that they improve the med bay, that we warn them to negotiate more on contracts. Or we can say, stop playing games and go train. You fucking nerd. I mean, me personally, I would say refit the mechs, but logistically, I know that I should be telling them to improve the med bay because, holy crap, you guys get blown up all the time. So I think I personally, I would tell them refit their mechs. In the role-playing sense, that would be my answer. It's all about the metal, Thenosi. You can always replace the meat. They flinch. No offense. Over the next half hour, you work with Thenosi to rejigger the loadouts on their imaginary battle mechs. That That hits a little close to home. Later that night, you start awake with several ideas to share with Yang in the morning. The company gets +2 tech points for 30 days. I mean, you guys already know, I tend to prioritize the meat over the metal, and I know that everybody's like, oh, you dumbass, don't do that. No, I care about my people. I care about my people. It's hard to replace veteran pilots, and it sucks having to take rookies into the field without competent backup. I don't remember. I think we've got parts for several different versions. So, I think there's 3 different versions that we could try to put together. Let's see. So we got, oh no, we've basically just got the E. The other 2, we've only got 1 part, so we would only be able to build the E. I mean, to be fair, we have almost 10 million C-bills. 40k wouldn't make that big a difference. That's like when they did the thing and they're like, oh, do you guys want to have a party? It's 50k. And I was like, yeah, give them 50k for a party. Alright, Typhoon, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Have a great night, and we will see you on the next stream. Alright, let's continue to travel. We're about to hit payday. And there it is. There goes 1.1 million. Look at this. Look at this. You jokers are costing me almost 600k a month. Look at this payroll. Look at this. Even the rookies are getting paid 26k a month. I've worked jobs where I didn't make 26k a year. To be fair, I wasn't getting shot at those jobs, though. Although it was a bad neighborhood, so I might have gotten shot at if I talked to the wrong people. Alright, come on. BattleTech. There we go. So here we are. Let's visit the store. You guys are getting paid? Yeah, believe me, there are some folks in the barracks that I would not be paying if I didn't have to. But the game doesn't give me the option to not pay people. The only option I have to not pay somebody is to fire them. And let's see, more vehicles, a Jenner 2C, oh man, a Mad Cat Mark II, the Mad Cat, or the Marauder 2C, man, all these are so very tempting things. We could buy an Urban Mech 2C for 5 million C-bills. Look at that, chat. Look at that. I've literally built this Urban Mech, but without the 2C at the end. I don't see what the big deal is. And the Warhammer 2C, that's also very tempting, if I had 36 million C-bills. But let's see what's in the store. We got a heavy flamer, we got some, actually very little clan tech based on, oh, well. You guys keep preaching about the machine gun arrays, so I guess I'll buy one of those. Oh my. I mean, a long time would be great, but 2.3 million C-bills, though. 2.3 million C-bills for a long time. So you're telling me that I should take... I mean, I know it does more damage. I know it does more damage. Are you trying to tell me that we take this over our current artillery platform? Because our current artillery platform is the Holy Fat Man. It's a Cougar with an Arrow 4. I was going to say, this is the cannon. This is not the artillery version. This is a direct fire weapon. But it's still extremely powerful. Personally... Oh no, I doubt the Cougar could carry it. This thing is 20 tons. That's 2/3 of the weight. But if I was gonna buy a long time, I would rather just get the artillery version because we need good, dedicated artillery. A shotgun or another version of, you know, an AC-20, not so much. We can put it on the executioner. That is a thing that we can do. Do we even have any long-time ammo is the question. Are they selling any? Do we have any in the cargo hold? Okay, so they do have 2 bins of ammo. Do we actually own any? We currently have 0, so we would have to buy those 2. I know we have a lot of money, chat. I know we have a lot of money. Alright. Alright.
New equipment available.
I promise you guys, Heresy, I did this to myself. I am the cause of all of this. Okay, so we want the long-time cannon. Gah.
New weapon systems available.
I mean, it's just dumb enough for this company, yes. It is just dumb enough. What else do we... I mean, there's not much else in terms of weapon systems. There may be other stuff, so let's see what other equipment's available. Battle armor shields, a DNI cockpit. Are the DNIs as good in BTA as they are in base game? Okay. I mean, just looking at it, less damage taken, more melee accuracy, and a whole lot less death from above, self-damage. I mean, that has got your name written all over it, my dude. I know that's not what we're here to buy, but... Stigma, good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you could join us. You're getting in at the tail end of the stream, but we're about to do some Mech Bay heresy. I mean, you get injured for being stupid, but, I mean... Erst gets injured when he does stupid things anyway. It is too heavy for the current design. Yeah, 3 tons is a lot, so maybe not the greatest idea. We do have some gyros. I don't know if we want to go down that rabbit hole. Well, yeah, Harjo? Alright. What does it actually do in game? Okay, alright, I see you. I feel like it's not going to work nearly as well as it claims to. Light active probe. We got some legs. We got some light. We do need to replace one of the leg actuators. Oh, this one actually weighs something. Never mind. The other ones didn't weigh anything. How much AC-20 ammo do we have? We've got 2 bins. I think we might as well buy another bin, because we are going to be doing some AC-20 heresy when we actually get some Ultra AC-20s. I think it's worth buying some heavy Gauss ammo, because I'm definitely going to use a heavy Gauss if we ever find one. What else? What else? Yeah, there's just not a lot going on here. You're good, Stigma. As always, I always tell you guys, I don't care if you are here for 6 hours or 6 minutes. Just you showing up is good enough for me. That's what matters, is that you managed to make it and that you hung out for a little bit. I was hoping they would have some more rack ammo here, but they do not appear to, so... I don't think we actually have that much rotary autocannon ammo. I think we only had 1 or 2 bins, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely don't rely on Twitch to tell you when I'm live. As I always suggest, You should definitely check out the BTA Discord and look in the streams section there, because I'll always post when I'm going live there. And then, of course, check me out on the Twitter machine, because I'll usually try to let you guys know. Today was a little bit of a last-minute thing. Like, I didn't know until this morning that I was going to have time to stream, so... but of course, I did tell you we're going to buy the rack. We're going to buy the rack. Let's double-check the lasers. So yeah, all they have is regular ER medium lasers. There's hardly any lasers here. They don't have any heavy lasers for sure. They've got some clan lasers, but none of the heavy lasers. And no Ultra AC-20. That would have been great too. Alright, well let us head to the mech bay. And let the heresy begin in earnest. So we already know, we just hold control and we can strip the equipment. Excellent. Now, if this is an assault mech, we're obviously going to max the armor. Next thing we're going to do is let's go look at this long time that you guys insisted that I buy. And we'll stick it in the arm. And there you go. That's 91. And that's with an XL and Pharaoh already. When I say Discord stigma, I mean the BTA Discord. We don't have a Discord for this community. But we do have... I do post on the BTA Discord about that, so... That is the link to their wiki. You can find the link to the Discord from there. And just check the streams section on the BTA Discord. So yeah, right away, we have gobbled up almost all of the free tonnage on this mech just with a single weapon system. I was not going to go that direction with it, but we can absolutely go this direction with it if that's what you guys want to do. Oh, I didn't even realize we have a thumper cannon as well. It also had, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fast, no matter what we do. It's gonna be a fast boy, especially for an assault mech. So let's see, we're on a 5.7 by default. And if we did some, well, first of all, you know what, before I start trying to do any other goofy shit, let's go ahead and put the ammo in this thing, so that we can actually shoot. All we have is the long time, the 2 bends. And this is 3 ammunition. So we can only shoot 6 times with this thing. Now, me personally, 6 shots is not worth it. Because that means this mech gets to shoot 6 times and then it's melee or nothing. Put what? Oh, you're saying put the ammo in the torso. I was like, you want me to put the cannon in the torso when there's no hard point? I mean, we've got just shy of 1.5 tons. We might be able to do something else with that. I mean, again, Frank's Red Hot. We can put that shit on everything. But I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest with you. We don't need heat sinks. We don't really need anything. We could, like, stick an ECM suite in it. That is a horrible idea, but if I had the equipment, I would not be against it. That's true. I don't know, will it fit though? I think it's too big for the torso. Yeah, like it's one critical spot too many. We can't actually fit it in there. Because it's got the mask and the engine, we can't actually fit it in there. Which is unfortunate, because like if we line it up here, you can see like it's got that one critical sticking out the bottom. And we can't do it on the other side either. Same problem. Which, that's kind of odd. Like, anyway. So yeah, we gotta put it in the arm. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but it won't fit. But like, I don't know. So, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm all about dumb shit, right? I'm all about let's do dumb shit in the mech bay. But I just feel like there's so much wasted potential in just putting a long-time cannon on an assault mech. Like, that's the only weapon system it has, and it's direct fire, too. Like, it's not even... If it was the indirect fire version where I could shoot this across the map, I would be like, okay, that's cool. But this is just the direct fire version, and the Ultra AC-20 would actually do more damage than this. Like, it may have more range, for sure. But I just, like, it's a single weapon. Like, who was it that just... Like, we have essentially created a 95-ton hunchback. That's all we've done. I mean, if this is gonna be doing splash damage like a long tom does, I don't think you want to do point-blank shots with this. Now the problem, Coldat, is these are not movable. Like, they're locked in place, so we can't move any of this. This is part of the problem that I have with clan mechs, is you don't have as much freedom with them. Oh no, I know, Bolo. I don't agree. This is, again, I'm all for dumb shit, but this feels like a waste. This feels like a waste to put one single weapon system into a 95-ton chassis that we could... I mean, we could do anything we wanted with this. The heresy potential is limitless. So it feels like a waste to just use this massive thing for just one weapon system. It's not that we're having no fun, I think we can have more fun by doing other stuff with it. I mean, we could potentially do 2 AC-20s. I don't think we... Oh, no, we do have 2 AC-20s. Unfortunately, they're the regular inner sphere versions, so they're kind of doo-doo. We do have 2 Rack 5s now. I wonder how much ammo do we actually have for it, because I don't remember. So we've only got 2 bins of Rack 5 ammo. That's kind of disappointing. Let's see. I'm not taking the long time off the table. I don't agree with it. So this thing uses... Or I'm sorry, this contains 15 ammunition. Does it only use 1 ammunition per shot? Oh, okay. So this weapon can fire between 1 and 6 bursts per attack. So we could potentially fire all of our ammo with a Rack 5. Like, if we put 1 Rack 5 and 1 bin of ammo, we would use... In 2 full bursts, we would use almost all of our ammo. So, I like the idea of a Rack 5, I just think we need more ammo for it, but they don't have any. And that's fair, if we hit with the shots, it's gonna do a shitload of damage. So, let's see. Again, if we do dumb shit and put both Rack 5s, you know what, we'll do it this way, so that way we can punch and use one. If we did that, again, we're almost at our limit in terms of what we can use for firepower. Where is our Rack 5 ammo? And just stick it in here. I mean, that's basically the same thing, but we have burst potential. Nah, no Indo. You can't do any kind of structural stuff in BTA. Whatever structure it has, that's what you're locked into. Yeah, the Howitzer 12 is good as well, but yeah, like you say, it's not very ammo efficient. Man, I wish we had some Gauss weapons. All we have is the light and the rotary, and neither of those are particularly good. I mean, the rotary was fun for a while, but once we started getting real Gauss weapons, it was like, eh. So what's the max range on the rotary? The max range is 600 meters. Alright, so we leave the 2 bins in. And then if we go with lasers... I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a part of me that's like, you know, hey, how about instead we just go in here and throw in, like, as many medium cannons as we can. Just fill it up with them. We have a bunch. I could absolutely do that. Don't think that I won't. But I'm not gonna do that. I think we do. I do believe that we have some heavy... I mean, we had some heavy mediums on this thing. It comes with them by default. It's 2 or 3 of them that it comes with. So, I mean, we could throw some heavy mediums. It does also have a heavy small, but I kind of want to save this. I want to save the heavy smalls for the Disco Inferno. Do we have any more, though, is the question. Well, actually, we have a bunch. Apparently, we have 11 more, so we could actually fit... I mean... At the risk of making yet another insane laser vomit energy boat, we could just fill this thing up with fucking heavy medium lasers. I'm running out of disco themed names to give mechs though. Cause they don't actually weigh that much. The thing that's gonna kill us is gonna be the heat efficiency. But yeah, I mean... There you go. So, just... I mean, look at the damage. Look at the damage! So the rotary autocannon could potentially do up to 6 hits and 35 damage each. That's a shitload of damage. Then each heavy laser does 50 damage. It only goes out to 360 meters. But in close range, we're talking 300 damage if all the lasers hit. And we've got almost 5 tons to put into heat sinks. So we are currently plus 70 on the Delta. Let's see if I fill this thing up with nothing but clan doubles. Can we make this heat efficient? Because I don't think we can. But I am willing to give it a shot. Let's see if we do that. I think that's as many as we can put in. That is the most that we can do on heat sinks. There's just not enough critical slots, and I can't mess with any of this. So, like, I can't put more E-cooling in. I can't remove the jump jets. Let's see, what's our heat at right now? So we're still plus 40. That's rough. That is rough. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We remove 1 laser, we add 1 more double. That's plus 11. That's definitely manageable. Plus 11 is definitely manageable. It's gonna hurt our close range damage. But... I wonder. In terms of ballistics, the rotary is 10 tons. What else can we fit in here for 10 tons? Because we could fit an AC-10 for 10 tons. Do we have any... Damn, I was hoping that we had an LBX clan version. I mean, we got an LBX-5 clan. But I do like the idea of just a big-ass mech minigun. Oh, no, I am taking that into account, Karos, because I don't... In most scenarios, I don't think we're going to be firing the lasers and the rack at the same time. Like, the rack we would be using at longer ranges, and then the heavies we would use once we actually close the distance. Because we've only got 2 bins of ammo for the Rack 5, so even on a full volley, we're not going to have that much ammo for this thing anyway. The heat is 30, so it can definitely build up heat quickly. Unfortunately, the heat efficiency assumes that we are firing every weapon. So with the heavy lasers, you're looking at 21, so you're looking at just over 100 heat if we only fire the lasers. And right now, we're sinking, you know, 138 heat. So we could, unless we're in like a desert environment or something, we could sink the heat from the heavy lasers every turn. Right, as long as we're only firing the rack or we're only firing the lasers, we're heat neutral. We can still fire both at the same time if we have to, because in terms of heat, we're only plus 11. So to me, again, as long as we manage our weapon systems, I think we're good. We can fire everything once or twice if we absolutely have to. But most of the time, we're either going to be firing the autocannon or the lasers. We're probably not going to be firing both that much. Well, the hand actuator doesn't actually add anything. It weighs nothing. But I think you're talking about potentially getting the critical slot bank. I mean, we could... I think we have enough to put one more heatsink in. Hold on just a second. If we put in one more heatsink... But again, I don't think we need it, honestly. Because at the ranges that the autocannon excels at is not the range that the lasers will excel at. But we could potentially stick a heatsink in the other arm. So, I mean, yeah, or we could put in the torso. It doesn't really matter because the slots are going to move around wherever they want to go. It's not a big deal. But, like, yeah, we could do that, and then we drop, like, just a little bit of armor. We only need to take a few pips of armor off. So, yeah, something like that. And again, we've still got massive damage, especially up close. But this is more what I was talking about in terms of heresy. Now again, for me, I'm like, fuck it, let's grab as many AC2s as we can and put them in there. That's what I would do. Something really stupid like that, but... Alright, Ajax, good to see you. Glad you could make another stream. Hopefully you had a good time. Try not to spoil anything when you go back to the YouTube comments section. And hopefully you have a good rest of your Thursday going into the weekend as well. I would love to do MRMs. I would love to do MRMs, but I want you guys to see this. You see this? Do you see any MRMs in here? No? How about in here? You see? That's how many MRMs we have found. That's how many MRMs we have found so far. 0. 0 MRMs over the entire course of the campaign. I haven't bought any, but we have gotten 0 MRMs as salvage this entire campaign. I don't like, I'm cursed apparently, because I love MRMs and they just would not drop for us. I mean, I'm sure there were some as salvage on missions, but we were always going after something else. But yeah, I mean, we could turn this thing into a missile boat. It is partly a missile boat. I'm not against the idea of, hey, let's just take all these Streak SRM-6s and stuff this thing full of them. If it's gonna be a close-range brawler anyway, just fill that bitch up and let it eat. I'm not against that idea either. Let's see, how many, I mean, we got 17 bins of Streak ammo. We could absolutely, we could give this thing all the Streak ammo, all day long. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could just fill this thing up with short-range missiles or MRMs or something like that and just unload in somebody's rear armor, and they're... like, at that point, they just cease to exist. Sadly, we're running a little short on clan LRMs. I also like heavy lasers. I like heavy lasers. I like rotary 5s. I mean, with this much firepower, we're gonna kill everything. It doesn't really matter. Correct. SRMs, well, I think they do anyway. That may have changed. Let me see. SRM, if we do Streak, SRM... no, it is 6 damage. Or, I'm sorry, it's 10 damage times 6 missiles. So, we could put 3, 3, 3, so that's 9... times 6 is 54 times 9, or no, I'm sorry, times 10 damage each would be 540 damage potential, which, I mean, we're looking at 440 damage potential here. The difference is the Rack 5 and the heavy lasers are probably going to have longer range. Yeah, because the Streak 6s, the Streak SRM 6s only have a 280 range. The mediums can reach out to 360. But we've definitely got higher damage potential. Okay, well let's try it. Let's see what the stats look like if we fill this thing up with SRMs instead. So if we just go really stupid and stick every Streak SRM-6 that we have in this thing, I mean, we don't have enough is the problem. We might be able to buy some, but I don't think they... like, we would need 3 more, and I don't think they had 3 more in the shop. We still got 5 million C-bills. Let's check. Let's see if they've got any more in the shop. BATTLETECH. There we go. So they have some Streak SRM-6s, but not the clan version. Actually, they have some MRM-20s as well, but they've only got 2 of them. And we already know from experience that we can't mix the Artemis. So the question is, do we... I mean... Maybe we could use some of the SRM-4s. Or the Streak 4s. Let's see. Let's see. Let's strip the equipment. And we will go with the... I mean, we could do the ATMs, but I'm not a huge fan of ATMs. So we'll do this. We'll put the other 3 in the other arm. And then we got Streak SRM-4s. We put those in the torso. That'll give us something that we can fire even when we're punching. And unfortunately, that's not going to leave us a lot of... it's not going to leave us a lot of tonnage, though. Sadly. Alright, Sierra. Again, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for being here. And of course, thanks for all of the gift subs today. Hopefully you had a good time. And if you want, you can catch the end of the stream in the VODs when you've got some time. But have a good night, and hopefully have a good weekend. Keep an eye out on the Twitter machine in case I do decide to stream this Saturday. We will see how I feel when that day comes around. So yeah, missiles, just because we don't have the logistics to support it, I don't think missiles are going to be a great idea. It's definitely higher damage potential. Like, I'm not opposed to doing it eventually. The only problem is we would probably have to swap out for Streak 4s, and that's going to hurt our maximum damage potential. So, maybe it is a better idea to just go with the rack and the heavy lasers. Because that's the thing about the energy weapons, is you don't have to worry about the logistics of... You don't have to worry about the logistics of the ammunition. You can just do the damage as long as you can sink the heat. If we had more ammo, yeah, SRMs could work, but then we have to find a way to fit them in the chassis. So let's just be dumb and do dumb things, because that's what we're good at. I mean, again, there's a part of me that even says take out the rack and replace it with more heavy lasers. We've got more heavy lasers, but I'm reluctant to build another laser boat. That's the only reason that I don't necessarily want to do it. But then again, it's kind of a running theme at this point. I mean, you can't stop me. But considering that we had to fill in pretty much all of the critical slots on this mech before, like, we have maxed it out. That's 9 heavy lasers. So if we're talking about damage potential, that's a lot of hooch. Well, that's a lot. You know what? I know we probably won't have enough for the heat sinks, but you know what? I'm willing to give it the college try. I'm willing to see what we can get away with. Right, let's see how bad it is. I mean, it's gonna be bad, because heavy lasers are hot. God, I wish we had an exchanger. I mean, there's a part of me that almost wants to rip an exchanger out of one of our other mechs just to put it in this one. Maybe could we potentially use some Fraser heat sinks? Because you can put those in anything, right? No, you can't. Damn it. To put one here. And here. How many more? One more? Yeah, that is the maximum that we can do. What? I'm almost afraid. Oh, 58 heat. Good lord. Good lord. 58 heat over. I mean, I think we genuinely blow up. If we tried to full alpha. If we tried to full alpha with this thing, I think we would actually explode. At 58 heat. Okay. Maybe we go with the rack after all. And here's what I'm thinking. The rack doesn't have a minimum range. If we put it in the torso, we can use it even when we punch. We had manageable heat with the rack. We're losing some damage potential. We already know that. I mean, it's not a bad design. It's actually not a bad design. It works. It's not as dumb as I want it to be, but it works. Let me see. Where is our ammo? Where is our ammo? There's the rack 5. So we'll stick some ammo over here. I don't want to lose everything if we lose the weapon system. And then we got to drop 1 heat sink and a little bit of armor. I forget how I did the armor though. Let's do that. No? Maybe a little tiny bit of armor off the arms? Shit, how much more armor do I need to take off of this thing? Good lord. Okay, so we'll do this and that. So right now our delta is 34, which this is what we were looking at before. The rack is a heat of 30. Now, with the previous design, we dropped 1 heavy laser and replaced it with a heat sink. Right, that's what I'm saying. We had 1 more heat sink and 1 less heavy laser. But looking at this design, like, the rotary 5 uses 30 heat. And we're about 34 over. So, we're increasing our damage potential to 300 potential damage as long as we only fire the lasers. And again, as long as we only fire the rack. Like, we have good heat sinking potential, so if we fire the rotary 5 full blast, correct, all the lasers put us over by 4. So as long as we manage our heat, like if we need to turn 1 laser off every 2 or 3 shots, that's fine. We can manage the heat that way. But I think doing it this way gives us more potential damage up close. And again, the rotary autocannon, as long as we fire it by itself, we can easily sink the heat from a full salvo from the rack 5. So we're technically not heat neutral, but we're pretty damn close. I'm okay with mechs that run a little hot. Again, you just have to be careful about managing the heat. And heavy lasers hit hard. We already know that. So what do we think about this? It gives us the rack 5. It gives us a potential of 300 damage on the lasers alone. And it's gonna be a close range brawler. We already knew that going in. But I think if we can get this guy behind somebody, the only thing that's going to stand up to 300 damage in the back is another assault mech. And even then, it's doubtful. Like, this is the kind of damage that will end a fight in a single volley. Oh, don't get the wrong idea, Lemur. We can still do full alpha. That's not the problem. We can't do both at the same time every turn. Like, if we have to, we put ourselves in the danger zone at 34 heat by firing everything, but we can still do it if we need to. We'll just have to be a little more selective about when we go full alpha. Yeah, and that's the other thing that I like about this is, yeah, we don't use the lasers in melee, but we get the rack 5 in melee. So if we're in close, because this has no minimum range, if you're in close and you kick somebody or punch somebody and then unload 4 or 6 shots from this thing, like there are not a lot of mechs in the game that can stand up to that kind of punishment. This thing will like if we get close enough to hit something, we are going to destroy it in probably 1 or 2 turns. And it's just crazy enough to work. Like, the damage output, the potential damage output on this thing is insane. And that's the power of heavy lasers. So if there were some of you out there that didn't understand why Erst likes heavy lasers and why I like heavy lasers, this is why I like heavy lasers. This is why we like heavy lasers. Because That's 50 damage on a medium laser. And this is only 60k in one day. I say we go with it, we'll test it out. If it doesn't work in the field, if it runs too hot, if we have problems with the design, we can always change it up. It's not the end of the world. The design is not set in stone. I mean, hell, half the mechs in this mech bay are a work in progress anyway. So, I'm good with it. Oh no, yeah, the Dagoth voice is part of BTA by default. I did not add that at all. That is just a thing that they put in. But yeah, that's one day to get our executioner. Now, here's the real question. Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do the mech bay. Oh, you mean he's like a pre-made mechware? Okay, see, I didn't know that. Because I have all the custom mech warriors turned off, so we would never have seen him. So yeah, that's news to me. But that's actually pretty funny. I mean, if I saw Dagoth in the hiring hall, I would have to hire him, right? Like, we couldn't pass that up. But, I guess the real question is, who's going to pilot that thing? I don't think it'll be the commander, because even though it makes sense for the commander to pilot the biggest, ugliest mech, I'm perfectly fine with a Diet Awesome. Like, that's good enough for me. So who's gonna pilot this monstrosity? And more importantly, it's our first assault mech. We gotta give it a name, don't we? God, this thing is hideous. I mean, Bolo, if you are ready, Erst, really, you're going to give up your spot as the insane berserker light mech that goes into a fight with heavies and you're giving up that position to drive this thing? Like, the Disco Inferno is your baby. You inherited it from Stu, or what was left of Stu after we cleaned him out of the cockpit. No one in this company has been behind the stick on the Disco Inferno since you took it over, and you're about to give up that legacy just to sit behind the seat of this thing? Are you telling me that you have mech envy right now? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that you want to have big battle mech energy? Because if so, I mean, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. I mean, look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. How many mechs, twice or even 3 times his tonnage, has this little guy taken out over the course of this campaign? You have stared down mechs twice as tall in this fire starter, and still stuck those lasers up the cornhole. I mean, I guess the Executioner is kind of a fitting name for it. I'll tell you what. If you want to take it for a test drive, we can do that. As a matter of fact, I don't think they hand out missions here. They don't. I was gonna say, if they had a duel, I would absolutely give you a duel in this mech. But I will let you take it out for a test drive one time. You're gonna have to remind me, though, because I'm not gonna remember. But we still gotta figure out who's gonna be in this thing full time. Let's see. Okay, so here's my suggestion. Because we've been putting AFP in the Saturday Night Fever for a little while. But normally Rex is the one who drives the Saturday Night Fever.
I've got your back.
So maybe we put Rex in the Executioner. And we give AFP the Saturday Night Fever full time.
Commander,
I mean, it shows that it doesn't have them, but I thought we left the hands and actuators on it. Maybe I didn't. It might have taken them off when I took the equipment off. Oh, it did. Okay, I can put them back on. Not a big deal. I didn't realize it had removed them. But the lower arm and the hand back on. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest with you, though, I think it looks goofier without them. Nah, it won't let me put them on the other side. I tried. Yeah, so if you remember, when we first got this thing, this whole arm was just a big-ass missile rack. Like, it doesn't have a lower arm or a hand actuator. This is just a weapons platform. But like I said, like, I think it looks goofier without hands. That's just me. Like, I'll put the lower arm actuator on it because of the extra accuracy, but like, I'm 100% okay with leaving the hands off. Because I think it looks stupid. And that's funny to me. Oh, shit. Nah, you don't need hands to punch. The only thing that it does is gives you a small bonus to accuracy for when you punch, but honestly, most of the time we kick, we don't punch. Exactly, Killian. But that actually gives me a great idea for a name. No, there's not enough letters. I was gonna call it Edward Laserhands. Because he has no hands, but he has lots of lasers. Damn it. Maybe we could, yeah, maybe we could do that. Yeah. Eddie Laserhands. I like it. Because people are still going to ask what the hell the name's about right up until we zoom in on it. Like, oh, that's why. He doesn't have any hands. I think it's perfect.
Logged and noted.
They're actually going to charge me 500 C-bills to put in an actuator. Are you kidding me? And it's... Yang, you guys are sandbagging this shit. You know damn well you could hop up there, plug in that actuator, and be done before lunch. You lazy bastards.
that work order you submitted is complete.
Making me wait a day for that shit. Alright, so... apparently... actuator replacement is expensive and takes a long time, you guys. I mean, if we did, maybe. I would consider renaming it if we had to redo it, but, like, I think this is gonna be a good design. I think it's gonna work out just fine. Like I said, I gave it the caveat that we can work on it more in the future if we need to, but I think this is an effective design. I might be way off base. We'll find out next stream when we take it for a test drive. But again, just based on the damage potential and how fast this thing is for an assault mech, I think it's gonna wreck shop. I think it's gonna wreck shop. But yeah, I think we'll give this to Rex as their upgrade, and then we can relegate the Saturday Night Fever to one of the rookies and let them take it over. Probably AFP because they've been driving the Saturday Night Fever when Rex is off the field anyway. And again, we can continue to do that. Now, obviously, Erst, I know you're not going to be in the Disco Inferno forever. It's been a very useful design. I know that you are holding out for that hatchet man. Someday, we're going to find one. And that's going to be the one that you fall in love with. I already know. But we will give you the maiden voyage on this executioner just to test it out, see how it works. In the meantime, we've still got another 9 days. What do you say, chat? I think we just fast forward. I think we fast forward through the 9 days. Let the Argo get its upgrade. And of course, we're gonna hit an event before we get to the... Alright. Light and darkness. During the daily briefing, Dr. Murad raises a hand. There will be a rare meteor shower on Twycross. I thought it would boost everyone's spirits if we viewed the phenomenon from up close. I think we've had this before, on the observation day. Sounds risky, Darius shakes his head. It's not like the Argo has brakes. Well, how about we install a telescopic camera on the hull? Bolo volunteered to mount it. Maybe it'll be safer to take the Leopard down to Twycross's surface and view the pretty lights from a safe distance. Hell, I'll even cook. Well, hopefully he doesn't give everybody food poisoning this time. I say we go down to the surface and have a late-night picnic. And morale decreased by 1, because that's exactly what happened. Oh, no, we got the rain. Let's go planet side. What's the worst that could happen? On a secluded corner of Twycross, the crew looks up as storm clouds move in fast, crowding the night sky. A shout goes up here and there as pilots catch a glimmer of a meteor, but soon heavy rain pushes the company back into the Leopard before they can start celebrating. Crowded inside, they return sooner than expected, griping loudly. Some shower, Sumire says, wringing the moisture from her hair. Oh well. Look, I pay you guys a prince's sum, and I try to do nice things. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Top-notch work, if I may say so.
But yeah, that opens up the Mech Bay 3 for us. And before I forget, before we end the stream, but before I forget, let us put together a freaking summoner. What do you say? I'm not going to do any Mech Bay heresy with it, but I still want to get it put together so I don't forget to do that.
That mech you wanted is back online.
I would do the Summoner Prime, Mihail, but the problem is when you rebuild a mech, in order to build a specific variant, you have to have at least 2 parts for it, and the only one that we had 2 parts for was the E, so that's the only one that we could build. You say that, but I've tried to do it before and it didn't work. But yeah, there's a summoner. Which, I mean, we gotta find a better paint job for this thing. Oh my goodness. What the hell was that? What is this paint job? Like, I'm just trying to parse what's going on with this. Maybe it was a bug then, I don't know. But when I tried to do it, it wouldn't let me. I mean, it doesn't really matter. A summoner is a summoner. At the end of the day, it's an Omni-Mech, so you can kind of do whatever you want. Like, I'm just looking through the paint jobs, like, I get to that one, and I'm just like, what am I even looking... Like, what is this? What is this supposed to be? Like, the other ones, I kind of understand what they were going for, but this is just like, slap some paint on it. I don't understand. You know what? We're going with it. That's gonna be the paint job for this monstrosity. What the hard points look like. I told you we're not gonna do that today, but we can look at it. It's about what you'd expect from an Omni. Slots arrayed across the arms and torsos. We definitely got options. We could do a lot with this. Especially with it being a 70-ton mech. So we can definitely... We can do some work. This... You know what? This might actually be a good... Because remember before... Yeah. Back up, Battletech. Remember before... that we had the Panther, and then we upgraded the Panther to the Griffin. Honestly, the Summoner is kind of a direct upgrade to the Griffin, if you build it right. Like, if we kept it in a relatively standard loadout, and again, it's a clan mech, so we can do whatever we want. But we could turn this into kind of a long-range sniper mech and use it to replace the Griffin and take the Griffin out of the rotation. Yeah, the Panther to Summoner pipeline. First you do the Panther, then you get the Griffin, then you get the Summoner. And then eventually, from the Summoner, you get the Highlander. But yeah, I think I'll save that. I think I'll save the Summoner Heresy for next stream. Because it is pretty late. We've been live for about 7.5 hours. I think it's about time for me to get some food because I am starving. I'm about to cave in. And I haven't forgotten that I need to get some fried chicken. I told myself I was going to get fried chicken. And it's almost late enough that I won't be able to, but I'll figure something out. But yeah, let's call it a stream here. Let's call it a stream here. I'm going to drop a save. We're still in Twycross. We'll come back next stream. We'll do a little heresy with the Summoner, and then we will get back to beating the crap out of Clan Wolf, because that's how we do in this chat. That's how we do in this company. I have found a taste for smacking the crap out of clanners. And I think I like it. Ugh, man, I tell you what, these long streams, I don't know, it's weird because initially when I first started streaming, for those of you that have been around for a little while, when I first started streaming, I didn't actually stream this long. I usually would only stream like 3 or 4 hours at a time. But these longer streams, I feel like obviously we get more done because we're putting in more hours, but I just I don't know. I enjoy streaming for longer periods of time. It's kind of weird. I was afraid that I would not like it and that it would feel like a job if I was streaming, but I mean, if I'm playing a game I like and you guys are here to hang out too, I don't know. I wasn't planning to stream for 8 hours. It just kind of happened. So I guess thanks you guys for making the stream fun so that I could be here for 8 hours and not have that feel like it's a long time. But yeah, so again, I want to thank you guys for coming out, as always, especially on a Thursday, which again is kind of an odd day for me to stream and an odd time for me to stream, but you guys still showed up, still made it a great stream like you always do. So thank you guys for that, as always. And I tell you every time, you know, the world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we don't all have a lot of time on this planet, so it's always great to see you guys come out and spend a little bit of your time with me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out and enjoying some BTA, stomping some clanners, getting some salvage. This is probably the most productive day that we've had in BTA in a long, long time. We got a lot of good mechs today. We got a lot of good heresy today. Man, I'm just saying it's going to be tough to top this stream going forward, but we're sure as hell gonna try. But again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for spending your time here. For all those that gifted subs and resubbed and donated bits and all that other stuff, or even if you just showed up and lurked in the chat and didn't say a word, you know what? Thank you all the same. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for making this an awesome experience. I appreciate it more than you know. Just as a reminder, you guys can catch me on the Twitter machine. Again, Twitch sucks, so don't wait on them to tell you when I'm live. Go check the Twitter machine. I'll let you guys know before I go live. And be sure to check the BTA Discord as well, because I post on there, usually about an hour before I go live. You can also find, obviously, the VODs for all of these on the YouTubes. The YouTubes is slowly catching up, so eventually, maybe sometime early next year, the VODs may finally be caught up with the streams, but we will see. In the meantime, once again, I want to remind you guys, like I do at the end of every stream, that your life has value, and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll see you next time.